some of us were in favor of holding a rally where we would sort of demand that this law be done away with, that religious extremism steps be taken to tamp down on it. But some cooler heads prevailed, and they felt that, you know, taking a step like that would be just counterproductive, because it would people just would not, they were just too afraid. There's a climate of fear in the country. People just don't want to come out for causes like this, and we needed to approach it differently. So we came up with this idea that we had something called Jashn-e-Faiz. Faiz Ahmad Faiz was a very progressive poet, and he espoused very secular ideals, very humanist ideals. And we felt he was a perfect vehicle through which we could sort of talk to people about what we really wanted to say. So we had this mammoth event, and we kept the entry fee really low. We kept it just 20 rupees a head, which is, I think, about 15 cents or something like that. So we kept it because we wanted people to join. This was not to be an elitist kind of an event, which is often what happens is to progressive causes here. They're seen as very elitist. They're out of touch with the common man. And we felt, no, this is something people need to be mobilized. So we had this event, and we had a lot of different components to that. We had this gallery where we put up posters about what happened to Salmaan, Taseer, Shahbaz, Bhatti, on honor killing. We had quotes from the Koran also, you know, which showed murder of one man is the murder of humanity, various things like that. We actually managed to talk about whatever we wanted to talk about. And we also brought out a booklet in which we had a collection of articles about religious extremism, and with the stories of the victims of extremism and how unjust some of the vigilante action that had been taken. I mean, it's wrong in any case, but some of them, it was on the flimsiest of excuses. So many innocent people died. And so we brought out that booklet, and we continued a signature campaign there as well. Then we had a lot of events for children. Talk to them about these issues through plays and puppet shows and things like that. And then we had seminars on blasphemy law and women's rights. And because there was a whole spectrum of, it wasn't just religious extremism we wanted to address through that, but a whole, and then we had, of course, later in the evening we had this peace concert. During the day, in fact, we brought in these dancers from an area called Liari over here. They have African ancestors, and they've got a fantastic musical tradition. And they came, and they were playing and dancing, and everybody joined in, men and women. It was so wonderful to watch how people were participating. It was really inspiring. And then they had art competitions, various things, but everything was kind of tied to the theme of humanism and tolerance and all, peace. And then we had a peace concert in the evening in which some of the 3 or 4 of the top names participated. I mean, these are bands and singers for, tickets for whose concerts are no less than 1,500 rupees if you're lucky. Okay, so these people would never have got to, ordinary people of Karachi would never have got to watch them for 20 rupees a head. So they were told that their songs or the performance should also relate to come back to the same theme of peace and harmony and living together. And so when we tabulated the numbers and all, we realized that 30,000 people had come.